on, guys. Well, it's that time of the year around here. It's crazy busy. We're just starting to do cuttings today. So this is Mondays with Mike, and I'm going to show you what we're doing with the cuttings and so on. But meanwhile, I'm going to tie these donkeys out. I'm trying to expand their pen area, but I want to get them used to eating this grass because they haven't had access to a lot of grass. So we're going to tie them out if they don't climb this mulch pile like we tend to do every day. Come on, Fergus. Come on. Now, I built this. This is a new propagation box because we still got cuttings in the other ones. We're in the process of taking stuff out, potting stuff up, but the calendar says that we got to start making cuttings, so we're going to do that today. We're starting today. So a couple things I want to point out to you. Number one, you know, a lot of people seem to struggle with this, but this is my manifold, 3/4 inch PVC. I drilled a 3/16 hole. When you drill that hole, you simply just enough to make the hole and pull it back out. I just stick the tubing in there. It works for me. This is city water, so I've got really good pressure on this system. And but I stick the tubing in there. It doesn't blow out. It holds good. So whatever you do, don't wobble that drill bit back and forth. Don't over drill the hole. You just want to barely make a hole. I'm still using a 3/16 inch size for these misters. So anyway, I got one mister in here. I let it run all day yesterday because I don't want to stick 500, 1,000, 5,000 cuttings in here only to find out that there's something wrong with my mist system. So it ran all day yesterday, and actually you can see this mister sprayed and probably a lot of wind carry, but it's actually way down here, which is about 7 feet or so. Now this is my hillbilly weather station, this piece of cardboard and rock. And I do this all the time. I lay a board or something near the mist bed so that at a glance I can see whether or not that board is wet or dry. If it's dry, I've got a problem with my mist. My timer has gotten, the settings might have changed, the power might have gone out, somebody might have turned off the water, you know, on the hydrant or whatever. So I really use this hillbilly weather station. I depend on it. So anyway, we're ready to go here. We're going to start sticking cuttings in here. Pam is in there with my 2 grandsons making cuttings. One is 7, the other one is 9. It's a little bit challenging, but we'll let them do it until they get tired in doing it. They were anxious to come to work and make a little money, so we'll see how it goes. So let's go inside and I'll show you exactly what we're doing, where we're getting the cuttings. This is also going to be a lesson in pruning. All right, so basically, this is my cutting crew. Pam is the foreman here, or Kathy, I'm not sure which. Anyway, it's my wife Pam. This is our handy dandy, virtually does everything here, Kathy, from taking care of the donkeys. I mean, she really does take care of the donkeys a lot. And she makes cuttings and pots and weeds and what else, Kathy? Mows and cuts grass and you name it. So anyway, she's worth her weight in gold here. These are my grandsons, Aiden and Weston. And this is their first day at work ever, so this is kind of a monumental experience in their life. I'm not sure whether... I love Weston's shirt though. What's that say? Dirt rocks. That's a kid after my own heart right there. So anyway, what we're doing here, these are Gold Flame Spirea cuttings, and I bought some liners because I just didn't have enough to pot up this year. So I bought these liners from one of the local growers here. It's a nice heavy liner, but when I pot that thing, I can't possibly leave it like this. So what I'm doing is we're pruning these things as we go. So I'm going to pull it up in a bunch like that. My fist is probably about 3.5 inches, and then I'm going to cut right above my fist. That's what I'm left with. That's what we're going to pot up, and then we will make cuttings out of what we cut off. Again, the same way. Now this one looks like they might have pruned it a little bit last year, or maybe the rabbits ate it, I don't know. But anyway, same thing. I'm going to hold it like that, and then I'm going to cut right above my hand. That plant is going to grow really, really nice and full. Left unpruned, they would be a train wreck. They would be terrible plants. So again, boy, it sure looks like they pruned these last year because somebody made a cut right there and forced it to fill it. You know what, and that's a sign of a really good quality grower. They don't just stick the cutting. You know, they rid of these last summer, then they potted them up, but it looks like they pruned them when they potted them. And that's worth its weight in gold to me as a buyer to buy this thing. So that's a huge, huge lesson. The market for liners like this is huge. People are always looking for nice plants like this. but you can't sell them some tall spindly thing that they got to cut way down. You've got to, if you grow something like this, people will come back to you over and over and over. This guy I bought, I don't know, just in the last 2 years I probably bought close to $4,000 or $5,000 worth of liners like this from him. I'm going back. I'm going to put in an order for next spring. I'm going to probably go back in a few weeks and see what else I can get from them. So again, that's my cut. So basically, that's the pruning side of it. Something like this is long. I'm messing with my shears. Something like this is long, so I can easily get 2 cuttings out of that. And we don't always do this. A lot of times we only work with really soft wood. But so that's a cutting, and then this is the top I cut off. I'm going to strip that just like that, and that will be a cutting. Let me hold it out here, Amber. Can you see? Am I moving too fast?
Nope, it's good.
At my age, I don't move too fast.
Right.
Hey. So anyway, so the process is Pam is kind of making the cuttings, Aiden is sticking them, or stripping them. Weston is dipping them in the rooting solution, and now Aiden and I will probably stick them in the cutting bed. So why don't we'll shoot a little bit of that, and then we'll wrap this thing up. All right, so Aiden is making his debut here as a cutting sticker. We got a couple of tools of the trade. Basically, this is just a little broad knife. You know, a couple bucks at the most at the hardware store. So I use a 2x4 to keep my line straight, and then just make a cut across there to put the cuttings in. And then when I'm done, I just kind of tamp it a little bit so they stand upright. Another tool of the trade, one of these solo cups. Take this thing and set it over the spray nozzle like that, because on a cool day you don't want to get wet every 10 minutes. On a hot day it's kind of refreshing. Just make sure you take it off as soon as you're done. Now once we get down to here, well, I'll put in another mister. I'll drill another hole and put in another mister. So it's kind of, we'll come in a little closer on what Aiden is doing here. Take the board and put it real close to the cuttings that you made and make your little indentation like that. And then you're going to take this broad knife, go all the way to the wooden frame, and then just go across here about 1.5 inches deep or so. Make a little indentation. All right, jump in there and start sticking your cuttings in there. Now, one of the things that people ask me all the time, do I have to wait until after they bloom? You know what? I don't pay any attention. We got a couple right here that are in flower. As long as they have a leaf and a stem, that's all I care about. I'm not worried about flowers. As far as I'm concerned, that has no bearing on the process whatsoever. It's all about just getting them in the sand. Getting them in the sand and getting some mist on them. So now this is Gold Flame Spirea. I think we're gonna do Neon Flash, Gold Mound Spirea. I'm not sure. I don't remember what I bought. We got Anthony Water. And what are we having at Mound over there, Amber? We got Snow Mound and Little Princess.
Little Princess.
Little Princess. Yeah. So, and Spirea doesn't particularly like to be over misted. So as soon as these things are rooted, probably in 4 weeks or so, I'll turn off the misters where the Spirea are, so that they don't get misted along with everything else in the bed. So anyway, let's wrap this up. If you have questions, I'll post this on the blog. If you have questions, just go right below the blog and you know, post your questions there, and I'll do my best to get around there and answer them for you. So I'm Mike McGroarty with Mike'sBackyardNursery.com.